One of the hardest things to get to grips with as a new blogger, apart from moving house mid-month, which is why this is a little bit different than usual, is keyword research. Whilst courses like Income School's Project 24 do have specific courses covering keyword research, search analysis, all those different kinds of things, as a beginner, it can still be incredibly difficult to master. Your boy's been struggling with this and it's coming up to 2 years, so yeah, it takes a while. Find a topic to write a blog post on then that has enough traffic coming to it so it's worth your time, but it isn't too competitive. It is very, very, very challenging to say the least. Thankfully, there's a lot of providers out there that do a service, whether it's keyword research or search analysis, or just finding you certain blog topics to go after. One of them is called Keyword Care by Carl Broadbent, who, if you've YouTubed anything around blogging in the past year or two, you will no doubt have heard of. Now, despite coming across as a genuinely nice guy, is his keyword care service any good and should you invest in it? In the video today, then, we're gonna break down exactly what keyword care is, the moolah and the cost that it costs to cover, which is a weird way of saying that, and also my overall recommendation as to whether I think it's worth your time as a beginner blogger. Just a heads up, your boy hasn't been sponsored, no one's reached out to me, any of that kind of stuff. It's just something that I thought was quite useful to kind of do a video on and give my honest and open opinion on. So let's jump into it. So what exactly is Keyword Care? Well, Keyword Care was set up by Carl Broadbent and his team over on his YouTube channel. Carl and his team have 3 main products that they offer, which is their silo package, their booster package, which is my own personal favorite, and of course their pro package if you want a full-on in-depth review of your site, as well as some keywords to go after there. Now, just a heads up, I've only really invested in the booster plan, so that's what the rest of the video is really going to be talking about here today, but I'm sure there are some pointers that you can learn from between this video and some of the other packages that he offers there as well. How much does Keyword Care cost? The booster plan currently retails at around $89, the silo plan currently retails at around $100, and the pro package, the big daddy package, currently valued at $399. All these prices are accurate of March 2022. However, your boy Carl is running a business, so I expect these to kind of go up and go down with the ebbs and flows of business. What I like about Keyword Care. So Keyword Care has a number of benefits and advantages. The first of which being that you're not investing in a generic keyword research platform. A lot of keyword research providers out there are more than happy to take your money and just give you a generic made up list that they'll mass produce to everyone. For example, let's say you had a blog about cars and you wanted to come up with some brand new posts to write around about BMWs. A lot of these keyword service providers would just generically research it once because it's quite a competitive and popular topic, and then just mass produce it and mass send it out to everybody there. Not the case with Carl and Keyword Care, which will give you a lot of questions to answer before they'll even start the process of researching keywords. Asking you things like what keywords you want to avoid, the type of traffic you're going at, the location of that traffic, who your competitors are, all of these really valuable things that they'll need to understand. This means you can just rest assured that 20 other people won't be jumping on the bandwagon and all attacking the same keywords that you are. Quick turnaround time. So Keyword Care currently advertise that they'll get the keywords back to you in around about a 2-week or 14-day period. Having ordered their booster plan for 3 or 4 times now, I can genuinely say I've typically got my results back in as short a space as a week, which is fantastic. This just means I can dive in right away and target these really specific keywords without having to worry about the topics going out of discovery and out of interest basically there as well, which also happens quite a lot. Different options depending on your needs. No 2 blogger journeys are exactly the same, and where I am in my journey is going to be very different from where you are there as well. To give you an example, let's say if my blog continued to stagger in traffic, let's say for the next year or so, wouldn't really make a lot of sense to invest in the booster plan that Carl has on his platform, right? Instead, I'd probably want to invest in the pro plan to really get to the bottom of why my blog wasn't growing. Alternatively, if I'm right at the start of my blog journey, I might want to invest in a silo plan to target really specific keywords to gain the authority on those low-hanging fruit and then just take things from there. Carl's story. So finally, Carl's own story here on YouTube, I also think is a bit of a major advantage. As a lot of you are aware, Carl won the Income School competition a couple of years back, which massively changed his opinion on blogging by the looks of it. As he's been blogging for a few years now, he knows all the ups and downs and all of the different methods to grow a successful website. As such, he knows the exact process of finding these quality keywords to go after. And to call a spade, he's gonna be a lot more trustworthy and knowledgeable than any generic Tom, Dick and Harry calls that you might actually find on Fiverr or any of those kinds of websites. Now, like everything in life, there are good things and also bad things. So what are some of the major disadvantages of keyword care? Search volume. Like a lot of other providers out there, whether it's Keyword Chef, Ahrefs, finding the exact search volume for a specific keyword is incredibly difficult, and the only people that really know that are in fact Google. This means that the recommendations that Keyword Care give you aren't entirely accurate. An example for this would be electric radiators. You can tell your boy's moving, right? These providers might say that the search volume is 10 to 50, when in reality, traffic might be a lot higher than that at 5,000 to 6,000 searches per month. Alternatively, the case could be the exact opposite, whereby electric radiators has a search volume of around 50 per month, when in reality, it gets a big, fatty, big boy nothing. Sadly, Keyword Care is unable to do this because, as mentioned, they're not Google. However, because of Carl's history and the rest of the team's history, they're putting together these keywords. I think that their assumptions are likely to be a little bit more on point, and you can rest assured that the keywords they provide you will at least generate some traffic every single month. Your own learning. So this isn't really a criticism of Keyword Care, but more of a criticism with the keyword research kind of providers in general, really. Going out to these services just means that you won't build up a lot of knowledge within your first couple of months of blogging, which is why I implore everyone in your first 6 months or your first 60 posts to do all the keyword research manually yourself. This is just going to familiarize yourself with your niche, who your competitors are, all of the different kinds of things in the early days, which you need to have an eye on. Now, a real life example of this would be, let's say if Keyword Care provides you with a keyword around electric radiators, I don't know, maybe how hot do electric radiators get? Now, after analyzing the competition, Keyword Care recommends that you write that post at around about 1,000 words. However, with your background knowledge, having understood and done the keyword research yourself, you understand that that topic probably needs a longer post at around about 2,000 words because of some really big authority websites in that space. You won't have that knowledge unless you do the keyword research yourself and familiarize yourself with your industry. Costings, baby. Finally, the only other major deficit for the program, I think, would be the cost. Not so much for the Silo plan or the Booster plan. Both of those, I think, are very much value for money, but more so for the Pro plan that Carl offers. Now, don't get me wrong, you definitely need to pay a premium if you want a one-to-one session with anyone to discuss your own specific blog, what you're struggling with. That being said, at almost $400, you're roughly ending up paying the same amount as you would for a course like Project 24, for example, or Morton's course at Passive Income Geek. It is a little bit steep in my opinion. I think, and my recommendation would be knocking this down to around about 300. It would be a lot more valuable. However, I appreciate that Carl is running a business. This isn't charity, and I'm sure if you raise the price up to £1,000, he would probably still get people asking for his help there as well. The recommendation. So overall, do I recommend Keyword Care as a keyword research service provider? Try saying that 10 times in a row. Absolutely, 100%, I recommend Keyword Care as a service. And in fact, I know that it's massively helped my second blog in particular grow from strength to strength over these past couple of months. Carl and the team do a fantastic job of finding those keywords that I can easily rank for, that aren't too competitive, that bring in the right amount of traffic at a reasonable price, specifically with regards to the Booster plan. My only caveat to this would be only use this as a timekeeping and a time-saving exercise. Please do not use any of these kinds of services within your first couple of months, so because you really need to get to grips with your niche and understand more about what it is exactly that you're going for. I'm gonna give Keyword Care then a whopping 9 for heads out of 10. Sales family, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on keyword research tools, if you recommend them, or if you want me to research any others in particular. As always, if you're interested in more videos around blogging, sales, business, side hustles, personal development, all that malarkey, absolutely smash the like and subscribe button, as it really does help out the channel here. And until the next one, I'll leave you to it. All the best for now, guys. Bye.